DJ
Gateway to the South.
I want precision. I want a win program. And if you don't like it, Mr. Darnell, you can quit. Same goes for the rest of you. You've tried it your way for years, and your students can't even get past the minimum basic skills test. That means they can hardly read.
Oh, Z. Look, I'm about the mighty dollar. Yeah, that's my alma mater. I hear they make you holler. Oh my God, see a power. I got some problems, but I solve them. You can feel my aura popping on my collar, nigga. Do that on a lot of niggas.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
I want precision. I want a win program. And if you don't like it, Mr. Darnell, you can quit. Same goes for the rest of you. You've tried it your way for years, and your students can't even get past the minimum basic skills test. That means they can hardly read.
Oh, Z. Look, I'm about the mighty dollar. Yeah, that's my alma mater. I hear they make you holler. Oh my God, see a power. I got some problems, but I solve them. You can feel my aura popping on my collar, nigga. Do that on a lot of niggas. You think you know me, how you figure? Pull the trigger with vigor. Feel the pain of an untamed lyrical killer. Yeah, you got me tickled. Z ain't work for nickel. Heard he say he rapping, ain't nobody clapping. Now look at my reaction. Used to be a member of the faction, but that shit ain't happen. Why you tripping? Gotta ask him. Is it cause I'm getting greater for my haters? Call me Michael Slater. You can be my waiter. Me and Gator eating haters like some now
Sitting down top of the metropolis, shining bright balls of air, ain't no stopping us. Just a spider should end up needing binoculars. By narrating the language, my motto was strangle, dismantle, and frame you, civilize you, cause you needed fed lies. Till there's a recent dope beat, can't help but freak it down. Now they know my secret, they can't deny the skin. No time to build the golden child, go through, get a horse's life, we live pop clutch. I'm hopping years, fears, and tears out of face them. I learned I gotta embrace them. This fortune, the fire of existence, gotta be persistent. Survival of the fittest, look me, a block Jorison. Time contemplate of it, time well spent.
Why you degrading with no explanation? Contemplating on other nations like a mason. Inflation and immigration, relation with Haitian, patiently waiting on mutilation by overtaking. I need more motivation, get down on my knees, praying God please. We still bleed cause these niggas don't know how to read. All I see is greed, tell me what you see. Gator OZ, yeah you know me.
I want all of you to take a good look at these people on the rise and behind me. These people have been here 5 years and done absolutely nothing. They have taken up space. They have disrupted the school. These people are incorrigible. And since none of them can graduate anyway, you are all expurgated.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Black Mirror Report. Man, we got some interesting stuff to talk about today. If you can hear me, let me know so in the chat. Say what's up. Say how you doing. We in here this morning. I got my notepad and my pen out. We got some stuff to talk about today. Wait, wow. Okay, let me flip my mic down. That would actually help. Man. So, who all has heard about all of this Nature Boy stuff that's going on? There has been a lot of new developments. Charges have actually been filed, have actually come out. Alleged charges. Numerous former members of the Carbonation cult have come out and said their piece. Not only that, have gone on the different various radio stations, radio networks via YouTube, Facebook, and are now all cashing in or letting their voice be heard about this situation. My recommended has been jumping lately from Marvin to Jazzy to World News to Ashe Divine, the documentaries that are supposed to be out. Like, there's so much stuff going on. There's so much going on. I really don't know what it is about this documentary that makes everybody upset. So Ashe Divine and Young Pharaoh want to do a documentary. So what? I don't see the big deal in it. I think a documentary is cool. I think documentaries are cool. I like watching them. If I could be a part of making one, that would be cool as well. Movies and books being written, why not? Other people do it. Like that's one thing I think that we as a people have to come out of. Why is she trying to write a book? Why are they trying to do a movie? If you have the creativeness and the passion um, to write about something, do you think Agatha Christie, just wrote Wuthering Heights just because no, those probably real people that she knew in real life or characters that she developed based on real people that she knew in real life. Mark Twain the same way. Do you think that Nigger Jim in the Adventures of Tom Sawyer and all that, and they're riding down the paddle boat and trick nigga Jim into painting the fence and all this stuff. This isn't just coincidental things that people just come up with their imagination. Now, some don't get me wrong, some of it is, but a lot of it is real life events that happen. So somebody wants to write a book about fucking Nature Boy. Who cares? Let them do it. I think that if you can showcase your literary skills, if this could be, I guess what I'm saying is this could be a start. Like people have to start somewhere. If this is the first book you've written, the first essay you've written, the first time you've made a YouTube video, the first time you've recorded your voice and heard it back, it could be a start to something beautiful. Who knows where you'll end. Let's go ahead here and pull up a little bit of let's pull up IG first. Let's see what's going on IG first. I want to see what's IG talking about today. All right, so Master Nubian is live right now. Master Nubian, the whatever, is live right now. Pharaoh Arden's got some stories. Carbon Nation itself has got some stories. Master Chief Nana, Master Chief Aya is Master Chief now as well. Okay, I didn't know that. Master Solar here, Master Loyal, Jazzy G's got some stories. Let's see what Melanie the High Priestess has going on here. She has a petition with 279 supporters so far to keep Nature Boy in prison. Let's get to 500. Ashe Divine started this petition to let's read this. We at 279. We need more signatures. Get involved and help by signing to ensure no other people get taken advantage of. Here is the petition website. How about I just copy this and let's go to this website and see what's all the hubbub about. What do you guys think? I want to, but then I forgot you can't really copy and paste anything off of Instagram. So moving right along. Jazzy G has something posted here. This was posted 3 hours ago. William Butler. Want to know why black folks don't create generational wealth? This is why. Too many black parents want to kick their kids out when they hit 18, unlike other ethnicities, which doesn't give them a head start, and they struggle financially, mentally, and physically before they even become an adult. Other ethnicities buy up property so their family has a place to stay to focus on getting ahead. Our folks are greedy and won't help one another unless it benefits us in abundance. I said what I said and stand down. And now this is an interesting point. This is a very interesting point because it brings up the subject of individualism and collectivism. Now, if you're going to college, if you've taken public speaking, if you've taken any sort of communication classes in college, you know about you've studied or sociology or anything like that, psychology. You know about the different cultural, different ways cultures express themselves, and it does kind of lend to the fact that, let's say, Eastern culture, what they call Eastern culture, is more what they call collectivistic. A collectivistic culture is one that they're not kicking their kids out at 18. They are having their kids and their daughters and the adults really all there. I mean, the father, the grandfather, whoever that paternal figure is, has all of his kids, his sons, they stay with him until he feels comfortable enough for them to have a wife and to move out. And even sometimes when they have a wife, their wife still moves in with them. Our professor at the college I went to was actually Bangladeshi, and he was telling me how he just had to come to America because he was tired of living with his father. He had his wife, he had 3 kids at the time, and he was so tired of living with his father in this collectivistic culture. But that's just the way it is. The mother is taken care of. If the father dies, the mother is taken care of. The children are taken care of. This whole family is a unit, and they move as such. They produce their own food. A lot of times they own their own businesses and work them. So when we're talking about these collectivistic cultures, we're also talking about Africa. We're also talking about everything that is not the United States. Pretty much what they call Western civilization, Western culture is what you call individualistic, i.e., what Jazzy G is talking about here. When they turn 18, everything is about me, me, me. My taxes, my house. I have to get my pool and my car, and everything has to be me, 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 my. That is an individualistic culture. With that being said, Jazzy, you hit the nail on the head here. But I really don't think. Well, I won't say that you hit the nail on the head because creating generational wealth, I don't think really has a lot to do with individualistic and versus collectivistic cultures. But being a more collectivistic culture, which we already are, but here's our thing: we've been brainwashed. We've been brainwashed to believe that we're not a collectivistic culture. We've been brainwashed to believe that we are this individualistic me, 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 when all of our soul cries out and says, no, I want to help my fellow man. But the brainwashing causes these side effects, these glitches, these deja vus, these what they call a glitch in the matrix, that crab mentality, if you will. That's part of it. That's part of that glitch in the matrix, that programming that they keep trying to enforce. We're slowly breaking the bonds of it. However, there are these tenets that are still left over from decades old programming, hundreds of years, centuries of programming. No, don't let that motherfucker make a documentary. Don't let that motherfucker write a book. I fucking hate him. So that's what we deal with. Very interesting stuff, Jazzy G. Glad you're posting that kind of stuff online. Badu looking like, oh, she looking kind of fake right here. You normally look good to me. Right here, I don't like this picture. I don't know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. What do y'all think about E right here? I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. So Master Solar has posted some more stuff here. Matter of fact, let's go see what Nubian talking about live. Real quick. We'll just see.
You're gonna be a weak little docile boy, and that's what I was being trained to do. No disrespect to any mothers out there, but at the end of the day, a boy needs a man. You understand what I'm saying? Because the system is trying to make us weak. The system is trying to make us docile. The system doesn't want us to know who we are. Why do you think most of all the masculine energy that embodies itself in the black man has been put into cell blocks? Literally, trap their energy. 13th Amendment slaves. Now, as we speak, slaves with labels put on them that then become hindered by the system and feel like there's only a certain way for them to get it, so they end up end up in a system. This is a trap. This is a trap from keeping the family unit together.
Okay, so what we got here is Nubian here teaching some of Nature Boy's philosophies again. But what we also have is a situation where Nubian, I think just a couple days ago, Jazzy G was reporting on that his mother had a phone call. And matter of fact, let's fucking watch that, because I didn't see that the other day. Let's flip over to my YouTube and let's go see what this was that we were looking at the other day. If I'm not mistaken, Jazzy G had a conversation with Nubian's mom or something like that. Let's go check that out, because I didn't have a chance to watch it. There's been so much stuff that's been flooding the scene lately, and I have not had a chance to really keep up with all of it. Miss T, okay, this is inlet. Let's go to videos. Is this the one? Is this it? Daylin's mom. Is that Nubian? Daylin? Very moving talk with Pops. It's 58 minutes long. I'm not gonna watch all of that. Pop sends Velvet a message. The state of Nicaragua is dangerous. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Just skip a couple little parts here.
Peace, guys. It's Jazzy D Lovely here, back with another video. And I wanted to show you guys this beautiful message that Daylin's mother, aka Nubian, sent out into the universe for him to receive. He had a very moving conversation with Mr. Marquez, and we're going to look at that, okay? And I also just seen that this was posted as well.
Last night, I prayed on a falling star that you'll never have a broken heart. Though the world is cold, just remember who you are. Even when it hurts, it'll be the first time I saw you.
Guys, but what a way to start. Beautiful.
So apparently, just to set up this a little bit, Larry Marquez, Velvet's father, is apparently having a very moving conversation with Daylin, aka Nubian's mother. They're about to have this conversation via Instagram Live. I don't know if I'm going to watch this whole video because it's an hour long. I will probably skip forward a little bit, get the good pieces. We're going to try to piece this story together a little bit because now we've had the situation where Nubian has.
Hey y'all.
Okay, I'm gonna let them go ahead and talk a little bit.
Lurk. I know y'all got a lot of questions and about some of the stuff we've been putting up lately. But tonight we're gonna do something a little special. And the parents have started to come together and I Miss T, I got you, just hold tight. And we are now trying to formulate a plan to get to the psyche of our children, to get them to understand that they need to get out of there. They need to get out of there. So we came up with some things we're going to be trying to, with y'all help,
and you have everything you need. And you've given so much physically they can.
And I'm just going to be real with y'all.
That's right.
Physically.
Just like in that video that was, the pictures, it showed.
Okay, like I said, guys, I'm not really trying to watch these entire videos. I'm just trying to piece a story together. So basically, what we have here is, let me get my little pad here, because I'm trying. Like I said, I'm interested in this stuff. It's interesting to me. So I follow it. I'm not gonna get all into that. But what I do find interesting, though, is what he said in the beginning of that video. The parents are trying to formulate a plan to where we can get inside the psyche of the children, so we can get them to understand that they need to come home, that this is dangerous. I think that's very interesting, and I wonder why that hasn't been done before. I wonder, did they not take it seriously? I wonder, did they, because of the lack of national press, the lack of of what's been going on lately with Jazzy G and Cardo and everybody else has been covering Nature Boy negatively. I wonder, is it because of that pressure, negative pressure, the light that really has been shed on what he has going on there? I wonder, is that the reason for these parents really now just coming to it and saying, hey, it's some crazy shit. Maybe they just didn't know. Maybe from all they knew, kids are at some vacation resort in Nicaragua or in Mexico or something like that, or they're, with Habitat for Humanity or something, or they're building, they're in a missionary mission, maybe. Maybe they had no idea of the seriousness that was going on there. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. So now we have a situation to where Nature Boy's in jail. He has charges. There are petitions to get him in and out of jail? Do we even know? I guess I won't be too pessimistic. But I wonder, do we even know if he's really actually even in jail? You know what I mean? Let's try to dig a little deeper on IG and see if we can find out. Nubian's still alive. Jazzy G, Rennie Rucci. Mm. Mm. I wonder what Jazzy's talking about here when she's talking. Says these platforms go from lying with one another, with each other, to lying on each other. To me, that's the natural order of things. Trusting a lie and a manipulator means nothing, but you're next. I wonder what that means. I have nothing else to say on any of the drama except I pointed these motherfuckers out and got attacked for it. So good luck on y'all's journeys. Let's see what the comments were. What next? Same old mess on YouTube. They never actually catch the person throwing the stones and hiding hands. I'm sick of everybody. They just looking for attention. Poor little tink tinks. Enjoy your day and your weekend. Will, and you too. It is what it is. Never you bother. Have a good weekend. So yeah. There's nothing going on there. Just venting, I guess. What else is going on in the world? What else is going on in my subscriptions? Let's see here. Do online petitions ever work? 14-minute video from Mind Over Matter TV. You know what? I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say it. 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 Oh, I still got Instagram up. Sorry. Sorry about that. Even though Rennie Rucci's not bad to look at. But yeah, I'm just gonna say this, man. What's gonna happen when people realize that once Nature Boy is gone, once he's in jail, once he's been imprisoned, once this whole fiasco is over, all the views, all the talking points, all the stories, the hot, juicy gossip, it goes away. I wonder when people became relevant compared to when they started talking about Nature Boy. And I wonder where that relevancy is going to go after he's gone. A lot of people built not only their platforms, their online career off of talking about other people, other people's news, other people's stories. And those people always say the same thing. If you turn the camera around on yourself, would people be as interested? Would people tune into you the way they tune into you to listen to you talk about me? I just find that extremely interesting. I wonder what the fallout is going to be of this. Because like I said, there'll still be carbonation, there'll still be True and Solar and all these guys, and I'm sure that there'll be some new leader to take over if in fact Nature Boy is, charged and convicted of these crimes, alleged crimes. I'm sure there will be new chiefess. I'm sure there will be a new location. Maybe even some new philosophies that come in here and there. But what's really going to happen to us? The people who try to provide stories and reporting on this type of content. What's going to happen to the people that only provide stories and reporting as pertains to this content? It's going to be interesting. I planned on this video being a lot longer than this. I've only been in maybe 20 to 30 minutes. I planned on this video being maybe 2-3 hours long, and I planned on sitting here and going over all the news of the day, of the last several days. But the more I think about it, the more disheartened I get. And I didn't want to go here, but I find ourselves, because I speak, I don't want to speak for all black people or all people at all, so I'm going to rephrase that. I feel that we're so much more receptive to mess and to drama and to what's next and suspense that we sometimes miss the forest for the trees. For instance, I've got a great book here that I was going to read today. I was going to do this today. It's called Occult Theocracy. It's written in 1933. It's actually a two-part series, two volumes. And actually what she does here is she goes over, basically gives you a brief and somewhat in-depth look at basically every secret society, every religion, every proto-religion, pretty much from the beginning of time until now, what the philosophies mean, how they tie into basically the same thing, this syncretism that I'm sure if you've watched this channel, you've heard me talk about Santos Bonacci. And if you know who Santos Bonacci is, he teaches this thing called syncretism. Well, this is what this is. This is what was being taught in 1933. This is what was being taught in 1603 by all the alchemists, by all the scientists, by all the clergymen, the church leaders. They were actually teaching this syncretism. Some people called it different things. Some people call it theosophy. Some people called it theocracy. Some people called it the occult. Some people called it Rosicrucianism. Some people called it Freemasonry. But pretty much it was all the same thing. Star gods, star knowledge, understanding that astrology, astronomy, the way that the universe has cycles, being able to predict these cycles. And then once you can predict these cycles and you have the cycles, mapped out, then you can start to read these maps. And these maps can actually show you how to do different things in your life. This is what astrology is. This is what astronomy is. This is what the higher sciences, the arcanum, black magic. Very interesting stuff. I want to bring this stuff to the channel. Somehow I feel obligated to bring Nature Boy, to bring Jazzy G, to bring, all this other stuff. Because that's what my crowd or my following came from. It's from me following that story. Um, and it's kind of hard to move away when you can do a video where there are 50, 60 people in a room watching you talk about this guy. On the other hand, you read this book and you're trying to gain knowledge and pass on knowledge, and there's no one in the room. So it does get frustrating. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts about that? I'm gonna leave this video right here. Hope that you guys like the direction that the channel is going to take in the foreseeable future. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be covering Nature Boy. I said I was going to stop covering him months ago. It brings a weird energy into my life. I mean, it's exciting, it's interesting. The stuff is going on. I love interacting with the community online. I love interacting with the subscribers about it. I love interacting with the different reporters. I just want to do something different. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a Nature Boy channel. I like covering it, but I just don't want it to be the only thing that gets covered. What a conundrum, right? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. When I come back later on this evening, we're going to read some books, man. We're going to get into some knowledge. We're going to get into some very deep understanding of the world, the universe. We're going to try to, at least. We're going to be reading some books. I've got some books for us to read, guys. Let me just hold on one sec. I really want to, and we're going to get more books as well. We're going to order more books as well. But this is just some that I picked up. This is what I've been reading over the last several months. Hopefully you guys can see this. This one's the one I just told you about, Occult Theocracy, Volume 1. Very interesting stuff. We're going to be doing this one as well, Occult Theocracy, Volume 2. This one has Spiritism, Illuminism, the Mormons, Eastern Star, the Ku Klux Klan, Christian Science, the Fabian Society, Theosophical Society, Masonic and Pagan symbols, much, much more. This one, the first one, has witchcraft, the Rosicrucians, the Druids, the Druses, the Assassins, the Rites of Swedenborg, the Grand Lodge of England, Orthodox and unorthodox Islam, the Order of the Jesuits, and much, much more. This one here is one that I actually thought was very interesting. I picked this up at a church was giving away like bread and food. We were passing by. I was like, yeah, why not? So they had these books as well. This is one called Tony Campolo, 20 Hot Potatoes Christians Are Afraid to Touch. So I guess questions that Christians are afraid to answer. One of them is, how do we answer the challenge of AIDS? What about women preachers? Can a mother of a preschool child have a career and not feel guilty? What do I do if I'm sexually starved? So this is going to be an interesting one. I guess this is written back in like the 80s, so it'll be interesting to see like how times have changed and the different opinions that people had, especially like these very orthodox professors of sociology and divinity, what their thought process was back then compared to like one of the new age preachers of today. This is also a very good one. I've read this one several times. It's a Penguin classic, The Art of Rhetoric by Aristotle. Actually one of my favorite books. Now this will start to teach you a little bit about philosophy itself, because what happens in philosophy is there is this thing called rhetoric, and how to debate, how to respond. Things have specific meanings in philosophy. When we talk about logic and reason and particularness, when we talk about ordinary, and these are words, they're just ordinary words, but they have specific meanings in philosophy. When we talk about words like politics and councils and different things, virtuosos. This book has very interesting take on how it is that you should conduct yourself and how it is that you should talk if you want to be successful in the world, not just a prince or king or a politician. If you just want to be a successful person and have these words in your vocabulary and know how to use these words in certain circumstances, because certain people, they'll look at you and they'll know this information and they're not going to tell you. They're going to look at you and they're going to say, charming. You're going to say logic. You're going to say my logic, this and that, and they're going to look at you and think, pedestrian. Because you don't know what logic means. Logic is in a dictionary sense. Yes, we all know logic, reason. But in philosophy, in debate, in rhetoric, these words have specific, very specific meanings. So it'll be interesting to go over this book as well. I think that'll be fun to read this one again. It's going to be very interesting. And also this one, my mom gave me this one about a year ago. I haven't actually read it. It's called Black Genesis, The Prehistoric Origins of Ancient Egypt. So in this one, to my understanding, they go into revealing that the people are star people, the true founders of the, oh my God, here we go. Naphtali, reminiscing, calendar circle, megaliths, Black Africa is at the rightful place in the center of mankind's origins. They're going to talk about the Sahara long before the pharaonic Egypt. They're going to talk about Egyptologists, archaeologists, and Egyptian government condemned this research. Oh, I wonder why. So some very interesting stuff that we're going to be getting into very soon here. I hope that you guys really enjoy the content on the channel going forward. Like I said, this Nature Boy thing is very interesting stuff, very riveting stuff. We dedicated a whole 25 minutes of the first part of this show to that. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. But like I said, going forward, I'm going to be doing a lot more of this educational stuff, and I hope you guys enjoyed that much more. And we'll catch you guys later.